So I could tell you about my struggles from the past few years, and I could try to explain to you how I felt, but I think the past version of me actually will do this better. I am in this weird circle that I want to do many things, but then I get frustrated and I feel all this pressure. I don't do nothing and this frustration is rising and I still want to do many things, but I am frustrated and I feel pressure and I don't know how to do these things and it is too much. So I just procrastinate and spend time on the phone or distracting myself from all the things that I really want to do. And it was such a big problem for me because I was feeling like I'm wasting my life, I was feeling guilty, and I was feeling overwhelmed and lost. And that was after the time the whole world stopped. And back then I started to question everything. I started to question the choice of university. I started to think what kind of future and what kind of life I want to create, because I realized how life is fragile. I realized that I need to make choices in order to create my future the best as possible for me, because I really wanted to not feel like the time is slipping through my fingers. I didn't want to passively go through life. I started to have this dream that I want to live the fullest, but I didn't know what does it mean, but I knew that if this is the only chance that I got, I want to make the most out of it. And when I came around this video from 2.5 years ago, I started to think that I really learned a lot and I really gained some knowledge that allowed me to feel more calm and gain some more clarity in life as well. And I know that I still haven't accomplished everything that I want to. I know that I'm still early on that journey, but the time is not slipping away anymore. The time just is. I don't feel this amount of pressure anymore. And I felt inspired, to be honest, to create this video for my past self and tell her all of the things that I learned and all of the things that I'm actively learning still. Because the thing about growth, I think, is that you start to realize that your problems and your struggles, they don't really go away, but you gain the knowledge and you gain the skills to cope with those struggles and with those thoughts better, and you gain the ability to distance yourself from them. They are still occurring in your life. Lower energy days are coming when we are more vulnerable. You get what I mean? And they still come. And it's not like the past version of yourself is not existing anymore. It's like it's still within you. So dear younger self, I know that you might look for a quick fix now. And I know that you're looking for something that will drastically change your life. And I know that the reason why you recorded that video was because you wanted to do a challenge of no procrastination, all productivity for 30 days. And I'm gonna give you a little spoiler that you didn't manage to do that, and maybe challenges are not the best option for you. Because there is this void after all of the challenges that, well, you didn't really change, you didn't really make new habits. Because changing your life and creating future and new reality takes one step at a time. Doing those small steps over time, every day, like even like this 1%, will slowly allow you to gain the capacity for all of the things that you care about in life. And at the beginning, when you don't know a lot and you just like feel kind of lost, well, you don't have much capacity. That's why you feel overwhelmed. But it's gonna get better. The other thing that I want to tell you is importance of trust in the process, importance of trust in yourself, and trust that you have the answers as well. I know that you want to change your life, and I heard once that making a change and building habits and all of that stuff, it's like baking a cake. You follow the recipe, so you have some actions that you need to do in order to accomplish something, and you need to follow the recipe. And you need to trust the recipe, that the recipe is good. Like eventually it may turn out that it's not a good recipe, so then you change the recipe. And it's important to just have this trust that eventually it will work out, and at the same time, if it's not working out, just change the recipe. And trust yourself that, well, this recipe is not the best for you. And what is connected with trust is patience. Because when you progress in the recipe and you mix all the ingredients and you put it in the oven, you need to wait. And I know that sometimes you want to speed the process up and you're getting impatient, and maybe you will try to just put the temperature higher and just push yourself harder maybe, or do something else, but it can destroy the cake. And you need to wait the exact time for cake to be ready. And the thing is that you don't really know how much it's gonna take. Let's not dive too deep into this metaphor because it's a very simple metaphor. You need to have patience for the cake to be ready. And patience will help you to experience so many amazing things. It will help you to fall in love. It will help you to build the mindset where you feel calmer. It will help you to build this trust that is very important. And patience, I think it's the thing that a lot of people are struggling with, but it's very, very important to learn it. So now let's talk about comparison, and let's think about this feeling that you feel like you're left behind. So first, the thing is that you're not studying the thing that you are passionate about, and that's why you feel the other people are more curious about it, and that's why you feel that you're not in the right place, because it's just not for you, and it's okay. And you will understand eventually that everyone is on a different timeline and everyone has a different path. And of course, we compare ourselves to gain the perspective of how far we come in life and when we are in the society standard, but at the same time, you don't really know the whole story of someone. You never know the whole story. And sometimes you even know, but you tend to forget about it. And social media is showing only the highlights of people's life. That's the thing. And also when you see, for example, a successful person your age, or maybe a little bit older, a little bit younger, you see where they are after years of experience. So when you see that girl who's traveling around the world and she's writing books and she built a house and she did all of that stuff, you need to acknowledge that for 4 years she was traveling full time, that she worked very hard for that, and that, it's good that she's enjoying her life, and it doesn't mean anything about you. It's her story and you have your own story. And it's good to turn envy into inspiration, and as well to cultivate being happy for other people that they are successful. And it's actually have the name from Sanskrit. It's called mudita. I think this is mudita. I hope this is how you pronunciate that. But it's just this joy of happiness of other people. So cultivating that and understanding that everyone has different story and there is enough abundance in this world will help you to gain some more calmness and more, trust in your own individual path, because you're gonna get there. You're in the process now. And lastly, I want to encourage you to still follow your curiosity and question, and to do the things that you wanted to do, and just try to test your limits and try to see how much you're capable of, because it will help you to shift your identity. But at the same time, it's not like shifting identity. It's not like you become someone else. It's like getting more in tune with your true self and with your own expression of you. And when you get this sense of who you are, or who are you becoming, and what is this true identity, which is also shifting all the time, it's not like the one expression, you gain this calmness. and you gain this balance, but it takes practice and patience and trust and not comparing yourself. So it all comes to those few lessons. So younger self, don't worry, it's gonna be okay. Try to not put so much pressure on yourself. It's gonna be fine. For everything will come the perfect timing, and I'm gonna handle it, and future us is gonna handle it. And I actually think, I wonder now what I would tell and what the next version of me would say in like 10 years, maybe not 10, maybe 5 years, or as well 2.5 years, about this video. I wonder where I'm gonna be. And you, dear viewer, thank you for sticking around and listening to this letter to my younger self. I wish you all the best, and if something resonated with you, I'm very happy to know that. And on this channel, I do other types of videos as well. For example, video about mindset is like more scientific, and there you can learn about science, and you can learn how actually our mind is working and how it's affecting, like our thoughts are really affecting our bodies. So it's very interesting video, so if you want to check it out, feel free. And for now, I'm gonna say bye.